Jessica Jones is saying, Dayle, all God's richest
Thank
blessing
you.
over your life. Jamelia Jacobson is
Thank
saying, there's
you.
no way to go but up, 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 and make it big. Make big bucks too. Yes.
I appreciate it.
So if I can help somebody as I go along, that's how I feel. Then my living shall not be in vain. I want to help somebody. I want to help you. It
Thank you.
be financially, who knows? Nobody knows anything. But I know with prayers and thanksgiving. And once God being lifted up, he said he will draw men unto him. So today as we lift him up, we are drawing him close to you, Dayle Angus, in Jesus' name. Dayle, give us your closing statements.
I just want to say to anybody who is aspiring into design or into the design sphere or fashion sphere, I should say, just don't lose sight of your actual aesthetic or your point of view on things. Learn as much as you can, but still also be true to yourself in everything that you do. Um, Learn to take guidance from other people and to be open to learning new things from other people. I know it is very hard, especially as a creative person, that you have your own set way of doing things, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't learn more. So it's always important to just be open to advice and be open to information. It doesn't mean that you have to use every single piece of advice, but be open to it because you never know what you will actually get from somebody else's experiences that you wouldn't have thought of before. Um, and just, as far as like Tobagonians go, like we are capable of so much and we just need to believe in ourselves and we can be able to do anything that we want to.
I hear smiling because this young woman who shy on my show talking up and giving advice. So Dale,
Mm-hmm.
what do you want to say to young people? I don't mean I don't mean
Mm-hmm.
to be embarrassing, but to really young people who finding it so hard to develop creatively and who believe that they need $1 million.
To start.
Yeah.
Um, let's not be fooled. Money is definitely a deciding factor when it comes to business. At the end of the day, you have to be able to fund yourself. However, having a good background, and even if it is that you are learning for yourself, you're googling information is there for everyone to access. There are courses there that you can access online that you didn't necessarily have access to, like available to you before, that you can now access. Use them, use those resources. If you have somebody in your community who is doing something like that, don't be afraid to go up to them and ask them, can I intern with you? Can you teach me certain things? Do you have advice for me? Just talking to people can help. And if it is that you can find a community of people, because I have found my community, I found a community of creatives, of photographers, designers, stylists who, if we have a question, if we have an idea, we just bounce it off of each other, and it definitely expands into something even bigger. So finding a community or finding a friend or someone that you can bounce ideas off of, who, you know, yes.
Do you know Khadija? I like to I
Yes,
like
I know
to talk to
Khadijah.
people,
Yes.
you know. Do you know Khadija what? Asamul?
Ali Samul. Yeah.
Ali Samul? Do
Yeah.
you know her? Tell us something about her. Can you say something to help her and build her courage, or would you invite her to do some work with you or for
Yeah, I
you?
mean, Khadijah has modeled for me multiple times. I know Khadijah. I know Khadijah really well. Khadijah has modeled for me a couple times. So like she actually models in Trinidad professionally. At times, she gets called down to Trinidad to model for Richard and them in Trinidad. And Khadijah has had formal training in modeling. So even when there was a show in Tobago called Levy, Khadijah was one of the models that I would have used. So I don't know, Khadijah doesn't need my help when it comes to her confidence at
You know,
all.
may-
Khadijah doesn't need it.
maybe if you open up a school of training for young
Hmm.
models and designers, and if she,
For models, see, for models, we have a resource, right? And I think, and I'm gonna say this in the best way that I can. I don't think having a modeling school in Tobago is the best thing. I think having a modeling school in Trinidad, or having one big modeling school that takes both Trinidadians and Tobagonians, is the best thing, because you need experience and you need to be able to network with different people. Because Tobago is so small and because we don't have a large industry here, it is hard for models to really do much in Tobago. So they have to go to Trinidad, and it's understood why they have to go to Trinidad. It's just a larger market and the more people that you can actually network with to get into better positions as far as jobs go. Because all the marketing for all the big companies, everything happens in Trinidad and it trickles down to Tobago. So, like, let's say White Oak, all the billboards and stuff that you see, all of their marketing teams are in Trinidad.
so why
So
them in Trinidad? Can't we have them in Tobago? Why not?
because I mean, it's a
Can
big
can
corporations, and
Tobago,
I understand that we want to have everything in Tobago, but we have to understand that Tobago itself, the amount of people here cannot justify having such a large market. We don't have the amount of people here to buy, to spend money to justify all of that. So we do have to, yes, we want to be very self-sufficient in Tobago for certain things, but we do have to understand that it is important to outsource
I
or
don't
to
mean
send. Mhm.
we have the what oak you said in Trinidad.
No, I was just using one of the examples
Yeah,
of like
well,
a brand. Yeah.
can they have a branch in Tobago? Why we have to have people going to Trinidad just to become just to
I
train?
mean, because I mean, the marketing arm of a business, remember, it stays normally within a corporation, like in their head office. So you're not necessarily going to have a head office in Tobago, in Trinidad, and in Tobago, because you don't necessarily need it. Because Tobago isn't, how to put it? And I'm just speaking from a head office standpoint, it doesn't make sense to have a head office in both places. And if you have most of your personnel working in Trinidad, it doesn't make sense to separate your offices like that. Having a branch in Tobago, I would justify for arms of government or for different smaller companies, right? But when you're talking about large companies where it's like they're supplying commodities to Tobago, I don't necessarily think it makes sense to have a branch in Tobago. But I
So
think
we
it makes
can't,
sense to have somebody who knows Tobago and knows the Tobago market, who can reach out to different people in Tobago to get Tobagonians to actually be a part of whatever campaigns they are doing. Right?
what I'm saying is
Mm-hmm.
that Tobago brand should be. You see,
Mm-hmm.
it's so hard sometimes for young people or a young girl for a
Mm-hmm.
parent to pick them up and just send them to Trinidad to stay by family just to go to a modeling school. Modeling is a very abusive, very abusive
Mm-hmm.
profession. It's a predatory field.
Mm-hmm.
And we have young men and young women that will love to be a mother. I'm just saying it. This is not
Mm-hmm.
thing that you have to fight up with. But I'm just sending it out in the atmosphere. You see, everything that we hear from since we're young, you have to go to Trinidad. You want doctor? No, I never know that you can't even get a colonoscopy done in Tobago.
Yeah, you can.
You cannot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have to level the playing field when it comes to schooling. Tobago don't have to go to Trinidad for everything. I believe all those big companies, are you guys listening to me today? And I'm selling Tobago. Somebody need to open up a modeling school in Tobago where people will feel great. Where a parent like me who knows what these big men and big women do. You understand me? I know. I have family that was called to go to a modeling, to be a model. And when they went Manhattan and they went up on that floor, they were asked to take their clothes off. Yes, modeling. They thought they were going to be going back into clothing. It wasn't clothing. You see, I know the truth. And the truth about our life here in Tobago. That's why I'm praying for you. That's why I'm asking God to cover you. So you see, Trinidadians seeing you and what you can do and where you reach already at your age, trust me, the fight now starts. The fight around you now begin. And I'm tired of taking up. I'm tired of taking up our young people, sending them away to Trinidad to become better people. And our results does be the worst of young people. Number one, you can't even leave Roxborough and come in town, Scarborough, and get a fair play. Far more to leave Tobago and go Trinidad and get a fair play. Today I lifting up our country. I lifting up the kind of life that we train ourselves to believe and to understand. You hear me? And it is unfair. To get into a good hotel school is Trinidad. To get into modeling is Trinidad. To get into the army is Trinidad. To get into police service is Trinidad. To go into teachers' college is Trinidad. Everything we have to do, and no one ever investigate the hell our young people in Tobago have to go through when they Trinidad to become a professional. I love you.
Thank you.
You do. I love your passion. I love your result. Look how many modeling school and hotel schools have to close down in Trinidad. So people now, people who leave Tobago to go to hotel school in Trinidad, now they shut down. What are they now? All that money they spend for the school, plus, listen to me, transportation back and forth. All that frustration with airport. All the frustration with our sea bridge. It ain't easy. I love you. That's why I pray for you. Leaving here and leaving your mom and dad behind and to go back. And your aunt was there available. Many people not lucky as you. So to family, to love, for discipline, tolerance with production, I thank God that He has blessed you with all three.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much.
I'm serious. Me ain't smiling here for no bluffing.
I know, I know. Yeah.
Because if you open up a school here in Tobago, Trinidad students can come too. Listen to me. We don't have to be just, we have ourselves alone. There are many children in Trinidad, young people in Trinidad that want to go to a modeling school. But the price to go to that modeling school, a lot of people in Trinidad maybe just living in Trinidad, but their parents from Tobago. So they have some place to come. Their grandmother still have a house in Tobago. They could still come to Tobago. They could fly up and spend time and live home in a decent house without fear. Than how some of us who go to Trinidad. I went to Trinidad too, you know. My mother died when I was 16 years of age. And I went to Trinidad to live. And I was going to school up Sour Hill, the Seventh-day Adventist High School. And trust me, my brothers and them, they were there for me. But it wasn't easy living with a sister that is very disciplined in her way. And me young and want to be in Port of Spain hanging out and have a boyfriend from Port of Spain behind the bridge. It wasn't easy. When she tell me I can't stay there anymore, I had a cousin. Her name is Cassandra Trotman. They were living in Fort George in St. James. And it's there I had to go instead of going down and sit down on Charlotte Street or Nelson Street. My sister didn't even care where I went. Get out! But there was a family there for me. Many people that leave Tobago and go to Trinidad to go to school to study, they don't have a cousin Cassandra Chutman.
Understood.
So you are here as a teacher and as a coach. God bless you. And may you keep your anointing. Yes. And I want to thank each and everyone who joined the show today to help to enhance you and to promote you and your business and to promote your talent, to promote your wits, your tenacity, your resolve, and to hear more of your mom. I didn't know your mom was also a pharmacist, just like her mother and father. And today, I speak upliftment. I speak praises and I speak courage unto all those who want to move forward in life, but they're having a hard time move forward. Listen and watch young Dayle Abeje Angus. And let's move on in majesty.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You didn't call me Mama Coco for the night.
I did.
Evening. No, I didn't hear it.
I did. Even when you left it live, I did it. I said
Oh,
it.
well,
Yes.
you see, I left the live. So Mama Coco saying,
Thank you, Mama Coco. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
well, you're welcome, honey, again.
All
And I
right. Have
mean
a
it.
good evening.
And
Yes.
my prayers is not for today. I will be praying for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right.
Bye,
Have a good afternoon. Bye.
everybody. God bless.
Thank
Peace.
you. I will.